Hey y'all, I'm Emily and welcome back to Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. I just got home from work and I thought I would show y'all around my garden that's in my backyard. Just show you how it looks. A lot of things I've already pulled out. All the tomatoes had blight, so I currently only have one left. But yeah, it's middle of a transition period, I guess. So let's take a little tour. I definitely cleaned up this bed already. Still need a lot more work here. But I pulled out that wild volunteer tomato plant. I ripped up all of those hollyhocks that never really flowered. I was pretty impressed that I was able to grow them from seed, but they just never did anything, and I just didn't like them in this area. But yeah, a lot of the flowers are done this year. I did pull up a lot of the pansies. Need to trim the bush. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. And then over here is the tomato, well, it was the tomato and pepper jungle. Now it's just peppers that are left. But I have a lot of, let me get over my mess of a wheelbarrow here. I have a lot of banana peppers and a lot of bell peppers still growing. Hey Harley. Hey puppy. Hey love. You sweet old man. Sweet boy. But yeah, if y'all remember, I had several tomatoes lined up and attached to strings on this conduit, and they just succumbed to the blight, so I had to rip them all out. And I probably got, I'd say 3 gallons bags worth of like green tomatoes that I'm trying to ripen. Looks like I have a random onion that's still in there, right there. Yeah, it's full of peppers, jalapenos, banana peppers. I'm currently refilling my pots. I have tons of habaneros, and y'all, I don't like spice. Like, jalapenos are really the hottest thing I will eat, but every year I can't help myself. I want to grow it all. But this plant is loving it. Oh, Harley. Yes, baby. Yes. You want to be on camera too? We'll say cheese. Yeah, but this plant is just loaded down with peppers. I have no clue what I'm going to do with it all. More banana peppers that I need to harvest. I believe these are my poblanos. I do have a Fresno chili pepper plant, but I think it's being choked out, or no, I stepped on it and I broke it. This might be my poblano as well. Y'all tell me, is this a poblano? Because I'm pretty sure that's poblano, but it looks different. And of course I never labeled anything correctly, and so I'm not quite sure what that is. Shishito maybe? I don't know. But here's a jalapeno, looking very healthy. Loaded down with fruit. Another jalapeno. Bell pepper. And it's finally cooled off a little bit, that it's starting to put on more flowers. More bell peppers. But this plant's, it's giving me weird looking fruit. I don't know if that's the variety of bell pepper that I planted, and of course I can't remember. I mean, they taste great, very sweet. Another bell pepper plant. Yeah, I love bell peppers. I like to eat them plain. Looks like I need to harvest some. This one might be the Wannabelle or the Cubanelle. Still loaded down with fruit. And I meant to show you my one lone tomato survivor. It was really the only one that I felt was not just overtaken by the blight. But even right there you can see it. So I might just have to let the remaining fruit ripen and then pull it. I kind of was wanting to see how long into my season I could keep it. And y'all, the hubby's mowing. Here's another bell pepper. Looking great. A basil patch. And that is the Homestead tomato that is obviously trying to make a recovery. So I might leave that one as well. And then another pepper plant that has not fruited yet. And y'all, when I was emptying out the pots of the summer vegetables that were around the greenhouse, I just threw the extra soil into this bed. So you can see right there I just have a big clump of dirt. But if I turn around, that's how the petunias are looking right now. This basket, after we came back from our beach in July, it was completely spent. Like everything had just bit the dust. And it somehow, I guess maybe self-seeded or decided to make a comeback. And this is my hydrangea. I believe this is a Pinnacle hydrangea. And y'all, I need all the pointers for this plant. It's not what I have pictured in my head for my hydrangea to look like. You know, I pictured this beautiful hydrangea to be, you know, massive and plump and just lush, and it looks very spindly. It does have this on the leaves, and I'm not sure what is going on. So with a Pinnacle hydrangea, I believe I can go ahead and snip it, and it's supposed to grow next year on new wood. But I kind of want y'all's input. I mean, the flowers are beautiful, but everything else is kind of blah. So if I turn around here, I have cayenne pepper, ghost pepper, which really didn't do much, but again, it is trying to set fruit. Fish pepper, and this one is the Wannabelle. But y'all, I have squash bugs. You see it? They are nasty little boogers. I hate them. But even the fish pepper is putting on fruit. Gosh, I hate those squash bugs. Ugh. Okay, so this is the bell pepper plant that I purchased from Lowe's as an experiment to see if I could get fruit faster in the greenhouse versus putting them in the raised bed. And I don't think purchasing starts got me any extra fruit or fruit earlier in my season, because these just kind of look tiny. So I'm thankful to have the fruit. I had to pause for a second. The husband came back with the lawnmower. So as I was saying, that's the bell pepper that I purchased as the experiment. And probably won't do that again next year. These are Shasta daisies that I grew from seed. They have not flowered yet, but it's only just been a few months. But they are looking very healthy. Probably overcrowded. I might have to thin them out and just repot later on. But right now I'm just enjoying the green. So these 3 pots here, I repotted, but they originally came from the clearance shelf from Lowe's, and they're supposed to be banana cream daisies. But again, when we, oh, Harley, stop. When we came back from our trip, they were just crispy. But I thought, hey, what the heck, I'll just keep watering it and see what happens. And from each of those pots, these popped up. And I mean, it looks healthy. They all look the same, but it doesn't look like the original banana cream daisy that I purchased from Lowe's. Does anyone know? Do y'all think this will turn into a daisy? Kind of looks like a succulent to me, but I could be wrong. Yes, you sweet boy. And then over here is the perennial pot, and all these plants I purchased from the Morgan County Master Gardener Association plant sale back in the spring, and I'm loving it. And then this hanging basket is just literally hanging on. And then this is another one that I put inside the greenhouse after I thought it had, you know, bit the dust. But after watering it a few times, and about a month later, it's trying to make a comeback. And these pots, I planted crookneck squash, black beauty zucchini, garbanzo beans, and just regular green bush beans. And I'm finally seeing a little bit of germination, but it's only been about 3 days. But happy birthday, little guy. That is my pineapple sage that I also purchased from the Master Gardeners Association plant sale. I have chocolate mint, apple mint, spearmint, peppermint, and then oregano. And then I just had to make the hard decision after I realized that this bed over here was just so overcrowded. It wasn't going to do anything. The plants were just tiny and hardly any fruit. And even now, after ripping most of them up, the fruit's still small. So I don't think I will put peppers in this bed next year. I will probably keep this for potatoes, carrots, probably onions. And these are still onions that I will probably leave in here to see if they get any bigger. These were the onions that my mom gave me. I believe she just purchased, you know, a bag of little onion sets from Walmart or Lowe's. Well, it's not looking too bad. Maybe these will get bigger or produce bigger fruit now that they're not so congested. But I have also planted emperor carrots. I scattered them in this bed. I think I have Danvers carrots also in here. What else did I do? Maybe some lettuce. Let me throw these away. Then over here, I did plant a few potatoes about a month ago. They were not chitted at all, but I felt like my time was running out, and we'll see. I haven't seen anything as of yet, but I hate seeing an empty bed, so I had some old seed packets that I purchased from the Dollar Tree from like 2022. I don't see the date on it, but yeah, like years old. And I just sprinkled lettuce seed here, and I'll thin if it germinates. I put garbanzo beans in the middle, and then carrots on the back side. I believe it was the Danvers carrots. And I'll take y'all into the greenhouse real quick. I need to do some cleaning. It's pretty messy. But in these pots, I have more garbanzo beans and more beans, squash, and then I have carrots in these. This is just an experiment to see if I can grow it in the greenhouse over the winter. Just have carrots in this bucket. I believe this one's the Black Nebula, Emperor, and then this is another purple one, I believe. And then all these plants that I have in here currently were the ones that somewhat looked healthy or were trying to make a comeback. And excuse the mess, y'all. This is burnt out gardener, and I just haven't had the desire to clean it up yet. But yeah, all those plants that I had outside on the fence, if they looked decent, I brought them in here, cut off the blight, and I'm just seeing if they'll make a recovery. And here's more of them. And I just really want to know what I can grow in the greenhouse through the fall and into the winter, and how early I can start my spring crops in the greenhouse as well. I really want to use my greenhouse as a season extension. And my greenhouse was a gift from my hubby. It is a Yardistry greenhouse kit that he purchased from Costco for me. And y'all, I wish I could tell you the name of each tomato. Oh, but most of my labels have just completely, like, the Sharpies come off. But this one is the Homestead tomato, and those tomatoes are very good. Let me see if I can make this one out. Oh, not a clue. This is probably one from Wild Boar Farms, but it's starting to flower again. That is probably another Roma, probably a San Marzano. I am seeing blight. Look, I think this one's done, y'all, but it's hanging on, and it had fruit, so we'll see about that one. I think that's another Roma, and I'm kind of excited. This one doesn't have a tag, but I'm pretty sure this is a Giant Belgium. And y'all, that is my absolute favorite plant of tomato. Like, chef kiss, best tomato ever. So if this is the Giant Belgium, and if I can get it to grow, you know, in a healthy way through the winter, keep it warm enough and keep it producing fruit, I'll be one happy gardener. But it is producing. It is possibly getting sick. But that's it so far. So alrighty, y'all, I'm gonna head into the house, cook some chicken parmesan for the hubby, and just call it a night. Thank y'all for joining me in my backyard garden, and I hope y'all come back. If you could, just hit that like button and help me grow the channel. Thank y'all again for watching, and this is Emily from Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Bye, y'all. Go. 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 Oh, got the zoomies. What you have? Oh, you got your stick. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. You sweet boy.